Hey guys, welcome back. It is day 63, post-surgery update here. This one's going to be a little bit different. Partially because I don't have a ton of updates, but also just because I think this is an important topic. So we're gonna do something a little different today. But no weigh-in, so no update there. Food's pretty much been status quo today, so I got nothing to update you guys there, but we're gonna talk about something it's pretty close to my heart that I've been thinking about, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. So, I mean, one thing a lot of people struggle with, especially prior to this surgery, is overeating. And whatever that case might be, I definitely would link food to a lot of different emotions. So, being an emotional eater, right? So, sometimes if you're stressed and you're having a rough time and you just go get something to eat because it's comfort, or you're emotional or you're sad or you're lonely and you go and have something to eat because it makes you feel better, right? We all have our things, and especially when you're craving something and you're going through whatever, the boredom, the struggle, the emotion, getting that food and satisfying that craving, there's no better feeling, right? I think we can all relate. So I wanted to talk about this because, one of the things about this surgery, obviously, it's good and it's great because I don't get hungry very often, so like when I'm eating because my body actually needs to eat, which I'm happy about. Sorry, my dog did something weird there, but which I'm very happy about, because now, that likelihood of overeating is much smaller. However, the longer this goes on, you do have to really work on fixing that relationship with food in the process, because ultimately there is the potential that you could stretch out your stomach, right? If you keep eating bigger volumes and bigger volumes and bigger volumes slowly, eventually you're going to get to a point where you're eating more and more and more, and you will just stretch your stomach back out and be right back where you started. So it is important to recognize if this is something you're struggling with and find a way to overcome it. And so I remember at one point I was really I don't even think I was hungry, but I remember going in the pantry and looking at all the food that my family eats that I can't eat, and really having a moment about that just internally and feeling a little bit frustrated about it. And just know those are totally normal and valid feelings, guys. Like, it's okay to feel frustrated or upset in the moment that, yeah, you made a decision for yourself, but knowing that you can't indulge in what you once could, yeah, it sucks, right? Or you can't afford to waste, as silly as it seems, you can't afford to waste your little bit of foods that you can eat on something that's not going to give you the nutrients you need. So, I mean, as silly as it might seem, yeah, you're not eating that. And so looking at it, you're like, oh, darn, I really want to have that. And it's sad, and it's okay to feel sad about it, but in the same token, it's really important you find ways to try and shift that mindset, because if you want to have long-term success, you're going to have to find ways. So, I mean, for me, what I try and just tell myself is first of all, remind yourself why you're doing this. Like, if you're sitting there looking in the pantry and you're sad that you can't eat it, remember what you're doing it for, right? And obviously that's not always that easy to do in the moment. Like, I'm a person that struggles with a bit of depression and anxiety, not super high level, but I get it, right? I've been through it. Just like many people, we all go through a lot of things in a lot of different walks of life. I've been in a car accident that almost killed me. There's so many different things that we go through as humans, and we all have our reasons for being the people we are and the things that we go through. And emotional eating is a big trigger for a lot of people. I don't know the statistics on it, but I can say that there's a lot of people that struggle and or eating disorders or whatnot, right? So I get it. But the more ways you can find to curb them, the more successful the surgery will be long-term for you, because this is not a surgery you go through for short-term success, right? This is something you want long-term. So, I mean, if you're sitting there and you're one of the best things you can do, especially if you think you're about to emotionally eat, is check with yourself and make sure before you go to eat something that you're actually hungry. And what I mean by that is stop yourself and say, okay, how am I feeling right now? And if maybe you're sad, or maybe you're feeling alone or something, maybe don't go eat just yet, because there's a very good chance that you're going to eat because of the feeling that you're having and trying to fix that feeling versus actually needing to eat. So it's really good to check in with yourself and just make sure. Another thing that I like to do, especially if it's not like a time I would normally eat and I feel hungry or I want to go eat something, have some water. And I mean, I do a lot of water with like Mio type drinks, because water gets boring, let's be real. So I mean, have some sugar-free stuff on hand. And you know what, if you're past that 2-month mark, have some coffee even, right? Like if that's what's gonna make you happy, have some coffee with some sugar-free syrup or something if you're that kind of person. Give yourself something without turning to food, right? Personally, that's what I find works for me, is just have something to drink, make sure that I'm actually hungry, before I eat. And then obviously now you gotta wait half an hour, but at least you've confirmed if you're actually hungry, because A, you've made sure that it's not a feeling, and B, you've tried water first, because yeah, I don't know, it's a thing. That's something that works for me. So you gotta find your things, you gotta make sure they work for you, but just again, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, checking in with yourself. Don't be afraid. You know, in Manitoba, at least with this surgery, we have access to a psychologist. So if you're struggling with it and you don't know, hey, you know what, I need more tips, I need more help, I need more support, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because that's what they're there for. So this is a bit of a longer one, but I felt like it was a really important video to talk about. So I appreciate you guys watching, following along. If you have any questions or need any help, please throw it in the comments. I will do what I can to help you, support on you, and love on you. So thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Bye, guys.